Welcome to Film 5D, the show about everything film, now with the A7S III. I'm Aaron Hammock, and today I'll be unboxing the famous Neumann U87 AI and putting it through some initial tests. All right, so here we have it, the mic that I've had my eyes on since I bought my first cardioid pattern mic, the Blue Yeti Pro, back in 2012. In fact, I haven't actually done an unboxing on this channel since my very first video almost 10 years ago, back when I first opened my 5D Mark II, which kicked off the start of this channel. But since many of you have clicked on this video to see me unbox this beast, let's just get right into it. I don't have a fancy knife like some of the other tech YouTubers, but I have a trusty box cutter. Now, this is a bigger box than you would typically see in an unboxing just because it is the studio kit, which means that it comes with both the microphone, which we see right here, and the very expensive what do we got here? Let's take a look. We got suspension. I got more than I think I bargained for. I got a microphone and I got the, sorry, I'm just a bit confused right now. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just extra. But let's start right with the microphone. Now, I did get the black version, which you're gonna see here in a second. And that may hurt my resale value in the long run. Got nothing else in here. Some packaging materials, we'll go through that in a second. All right, here's the big moment. Make sure we got that centered there. Nice little box. I love when my microphones come with nice boxes. The blue ones typically do. And there it is. Like I said, this is the black version. It's just gonna go way better with my current setup. All right, here we go. And this is a really nice all metal build quality. It has multiple puller patterns. I'll pretty much only be exclusively using it. I'll let that focus there for a second. I'll exclusively be using this on the cardioid, but it does have some other very nice pickup patterns. There's Omni right there, and then bidirectional right there. Both of which are useful if you don't have multiple mics, but in my case, I typically have more than one mic. I'm only gonna have the one Neumann though. This is the one and only that I'll ever get. Now this thing does have a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. And the pickup patterns of this mic, the sensitivity of the mic. So you can see the sensitivities right there. This mic is known for very pristine highs that aren't overwhelmingly harsh or brittle. And it has really nice smooth lows as well. This is what the other accessory was, yes. The windscreen. I don't think I'll be using this too much. It's gonna cut a lot of kind of the lower frequency energy, which my voice is more sibilant, so I want some of that bassiness in my voice. But if I ever am using it for whatever reason outside of my studio and I need kind of a more windscreen protection, I do have this option. So I'll set that right there for now. Like I said, very nice box, very nice build quality. This is typically going to be used for a lot of album recordings. A lot of famous, music artists throughout the years have used this, as well as a lot of voiceover work as well. It's also used by famous YouTubers, Jacksepticeye, and one of my personal favorites, Dr. Disrespect. And here is this crazy expensive accessory. It's $400, and if you want to get the rigid mount, it's $100. And it's just insane. I'm hoping it's black. Okay, great, it is black. I was a little bit worried about that. Put that right there. Open it up in a second. Gonna check the box to see if there's any other documentation like I was looking for before. There's not. Throw in these boxes over here. These boxes are probably gonna go in the trash. I usually keep my boxes, but in this case, I'm probably going to never sell this one. And this is the microphone it comes with. Now, I'm gonna be doing some tests later. I'm gonna be using the Mogami gold XLR microphones just to remove kind of, geez, that was a loud noise. Just to remove any doubt, you know, in terms of when I'm comparing the microphones and being able to hear the quality of this microphone. Right now we're recording with the Sennheiser MK8050, which is just my indoor super cardioid mic that I use. But let's go ahead and dive into this ridiculously expensive accessory. All right, there we go. So yeah, they don't really make any duplicates of this anywhere, but from what I've seen, this does kind of fit like a glove. If you see, so you can see in there the threading's inside, which is a little bit unusual. Typically the mic, the threading is going to be on the outside. So I think that's why people maybe haven't made any accessories for it that I could tell. But you know, you're spending so much on a microphone, you just have to go with whatever they offer, unfortunately. Like I said, I wish there was a $50 version of this, but if you're going to be spending this much on a mic, you have to go with the real thing. So that one just fits on there nice and snug. It looks nice. I like how this looks, and I like especially that, unlike with my Shure SM7B that I've been using in recent videos, this one I'm not going to have to use the windscreen if I don't want to. It has a very good included pop filter. We'll do a test with that later just to demonstrate that. That's the unboxing. If that's what you were here for, you are free to leave. I'm gonna talk a little bit though now about why I bought this mic, why I invested so heavily in, you know, such an expensive microphone. Let's start with the fact that I've been investing in better and better microphones pretty much for the past 10 years. And when I bought my Sennheiser MKH416 about 4 years ago, and I did a video of that on this channel, that was my first experience buying a piece of film gear that was considered industry standard. Now, there are of course more expensive and arguably better shotgun microphones out there, but just investing in the top of the line item felt really, really good. And it was like I would never have to worry again about needing to upgrade as long as it lasts, as long as it, you know, doesn't break. Well, this is kind of the case with this microphone, and especially just audio gear and, you know, other video gear in general, like microphones and lenses. There just isn't too much innovation that's been going on when it comes to microphones. I know there's some new ones that come out every year, but this one's been king of the hill, you know, arguably for a very, very long time, 30, 40 years. Also, people say the same thing about lenses. They say, you know, you buy a new camera every 3 to 5 years, but lenses you can typically get to last you a lifetime. So after getting the MKH416, I thought I was done. This is it. I don't need to worry about audio anymore. I'm good. But the truth is there are many different styles and types of mics for different uses. So then a year later, I bought the Sennheiser MK8050, which I'm recording with right now, because that's a super cardioid polar pattern mic. And it's just generally better at recording indoors compared to the MKH416, which is more generally better for outdoors, while they also sound very similar, which is nice. So I kind of switch between the two depending on if I'm indoors or outdoors. And then you end up investing in better lavaliers systems. I've been investing in DD a lot, even though they don't make the highest quality ones. They make them for a very good price. I use the DD W-Lav Pros, which are really nice. It's about a $150 lavalier mic, and you can hide them very well, and they're very small. Also, as I got more into podcasting and tried my hand at several different mics, starting with the Blue Yeti Pro back in 2012, then I got the Blue Spark, the Blue Bluebird. I was kind of in the whole blue scene for a while. And then I finally settled on the Shure SM7B, which is a very popular mic amongst streamers and podcasters. So all that happened. And then the big reason why I made an investment in this microphone specifically is that COVID happened. And like many of you, I was bored in my house and started making some upgrades to my at-home setup. Since we're all, you know, working on Zoom, working remotely, etc. I started basically with my speaker monitors. And just like the theme of this video, I went all out. I went for the best because I know that those things will last me 20 years. Before that, I had never really owned any monitors. I had, you know, some surround sound speaker setups that are just, you know, for entertainment purposes, like some Logitech ones, but I'd never have actual monitors that you use for mixing that are basically uncolored, you know, monitors. If you don't know anything about why you should use a monitor, it's because basically, you know, if you edit with headphones all the time, while somebody might listen to it with headphones, that's not how the human ear typically hears sound in general. So it's better to hear sound in kind of an environment, which is why kind of open ear headphones generally do a little bit better, because it opens you up to the sound of your room. So you're not just isolated in, you know, a cone basically. And so when I got those, I got the Focal Solo 6 BEs, which are really nice French monitors. And I only had a Focusrite Scarlett Solo desktop audio interface. And it just felt wrong pairing these excellent new monitors with this, you know, such a mediocre kind of audio interface, even though it's really popular. Not that it really matters in terms of what you use to drive your monitors. I still felt like it wasn't a good match. So I went ahead and upgraded to the Apollo Twin X. And then I quickly switched to the Apogee Symphony desktop once I had some Windows PC issues in terms of using the Apollo Twin, and I did a whole video on that, so go ahead and check out that video here if you want to get caught up on that situation. So basically, I was kept upgrading, getting the highest end stuff. An audio interface, that's not something that's going to last 20 years, but certainly getting a professional one, you know, is an investment. And then next, I did something that will last pretty much forever, is I got acoustic panels for my new home studio, so that I would have a better audio environment for mixing and kind of listening to dialogue, recording, doing voiceovers, videos like this. Hopefully the sound is good right now. I have panels all around me, so it's pretty dead in here despite having kind of wood floors. And at this point, it's just been so much of a work and investment in my new home recording and editing setup that I figured, what better way to put the cherry on top than with one of the most famous and greatest mics of all time. And as much as I love that Shure SM7B, that dynamic microphone excels in locations where maybe you don't have the best sound. That's why it's really popular. Most people they're recording in their room or whatever, and they throw in that mic, and it cuts out a lot of excess sound that might be happening with roommates or outdoor with cars, or just the acoustics of your room in general in terms of cutting down on reverb and echo. But if you are in a treated room like I am, it's kind of, you know, not really necessary to cut out all that extra sound. So basically my sound panels were wasted on that microphone. Whereas this microphone, the Neumann U 87AI, is just more sensitive overall, and overall more accurate than most microphones out there. And it should sound great, especially in my new home studio. We're gonna check that out as we dive into some tests here in a second. By the way, I'm going to be doing these tests with the Bluebird, just because I think that's a very good vocal, true to sound microphone, even though it's on the low end, $300, and the Shure SM7B at $400, just because it's so popular. Now, I know that comparing mics that literally aren't even as expensive as this sound isolator is a little bit, you know, maybe overkill, but we're going to do it anyways. I don't know what else to test it to. I basically wanted to make this video as a kind of upgrade path for maybe other people that are in a similar situation like me, where they've been buying microphones, audio interfaces, you know, all this other equipment, and they want to know, is it worth it to get the Neumann U87AI? So let's jump into some tests. All right, here we are with our first audio tests. We have the Shure SM7B, the Blue Bluebird, and the Neumann U87AI here in the middle. Now, as far as settings, we are running all three of these mics at the same time via Mogami Gold XLR cables directly into my Zoom F8N. I have the Shure SM7B set to a gain of 55 and no phantom power. I have phantom power turned on for both the Neumann U87AI and the Blue Bluebird, as well as their gain set to 30. Now, I don't have pop filters on the Shure SM7B or the Neumann because they have pretty good inbuilt pop filters, though I do have one added to the Blue Bluebird just to give it a better chance in terms of plosive rejection. Now, I have turned off the high pass filters for all three mics and also removed any other pads or effects. They're all in the cardioid pickup pattern. And the F8N does have a 60 Hertz high pass filter on it just to reduce some of the noise from the light in here, plus my computer back there. And so I won't be adding any post-processing to the audio that you're going to be listening to over the next couple tests. I will just be normalizing all the audio to -23 LUFS by increasing or decreasing the gain for each mic, but they're all pretty much level already. The small pup gnawed a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Press the pants and sew a button on the vest. The swan dive was far short of perfect. The beauty of the view stunned the young boy. 2 blue fish swarm in the tank. Her purse was full of useless trash. The colt reared and threw the tall rider. It snowed, rained, and hailed the same morning. Read verse out loud for pleasure. Now let's do a plosive test for each of these mics. We'll start with the Shure SM7B. Peter Piper pushed pickles. The Neumann. Peter Piper pushed pickles. And the Blue Bluebird. Peter Piper pushed pickles. All right, so now let's move on to some singing.
It's too late to test this mic. It's too late. And it'll break the bank if you try. It's too late to test this mic. It's too late. And it'll break the bank if you try. It's too late to test this mic. It's too late. And it'll break the bank if you try. Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink 'cause she can't shoot a whiskey. Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink 'cause she can't shoot a whiskey. Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably buying her some fruity little drink 'cause she can't shoot a whiskey.
So there you have it. What did you think? Was it worth the money, or am I quite literally insane? Now, I probably won't be doing a full review on this mic, though maybe I'll do a follow-up video in the future, maybe 6 to 18 months down the line, something like that, depending on how this video goes and if you guys ended up liking it, which, by the way, like the video if you thought this was helpful or at least entertaining. But there are also some great reviews already here on YouTube. If you are more interested in this mic, you're looking at maybe possibly spending $3,600 on it. The one I really enjoyed was from Podcastage. He always does really thorough reviews on microphones and compares them in a bunch of scenarios with a bunch of different mics and use cases. Let me be clear though, you do not have to buy this microphone. It's not gonna make your audio all of a sudden amazing. I didn't get it because I thought it was gonna be the most amazing mic. I got it because I would rest assured that I'd never had to really invest in this area again, as I invest other parts of my business and equipment and cameras and lights, things that kind of upgrade more frequently. I wanted to be rest assured that I had the best shotgun microphone, the best super cardioid indoor microphone, the best cardioid microphone for voiceovers, music, recording instruments, etc. So now I feel like I'm good. Now maybe eventually getting a better lavalier, maybe, but I don't use those a ton, so I'm kind of happy with my W lavs. And, you know, I am investing in this professionally beyond just this channel. You know, I don't do a ton of videos on this channel anymore, even though I'm coming up on my 10th year anniversary pretty soon. You know, I don't do this, I do this for fun, you know, but eventually this will pay for itself using it for professional work. So if you're just doing this as a hobby, you know, maybe hold off on this one until you can make sure that you can either pay for it or make it worth your while. However, if you are interested in this mic and you have the money for it, check out my links in the description below. Buying through my links helps to support the channel so I can make more videos like this one, and I really do appreciate it. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed that unboxing. It was fun. It was a little nerve-wracking. I haven't done an unboxing in forever. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed the first look as well, let me know what you think about those tests. Leave any questions in the comment below, and I'll do my best to respond there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so by clicking the button on screen. And for more information about the Neumann U87 AI and various other microphones, check out my blog over at filmin5d.com. Thanks again for watching.